What up? What up? What's up, my people? Uh, another just pop up live, but wanted to get in here, chat with my people, touch on a topic that I've been wanting to talk about for a while. If you're in the chat, say what's up. I'm gonna pop on some music. We got some new features um, with StreamYard, so I'm gonna pop on some music. Not gonna have it too high, but just to give the live stream a little something. All right. So before we get into this topic, the topic that we're going to be touching today, we're going to be talking about 3 common problems most photography businesses have. It's a new year. Everybody's trying to get started off on the right foot. So I thought this would be a good topic to talk about. But before we get into that, we're going to get into the roll call and just see who we got in the chat. So we got Jermaine Goodman. What's up, man? Thanks for coming through. He said, "What's up from Vegas?" Vegas, that's what's up. That's what's up. Is it Marchon? Hopefully, I'm saying that right. I'll be messing up people's names. He's from ATL. ATL in the house. That's what's up. That's what's up. Tyrone, what's up? What's up, man? We got Tyrone. He's on the stream. He is viewing from the Bronx, NYC. That's what's up, man. A lot of places that I want to visit one day. Definitely New York, ATL. I've been to ATL, just drove through, in Vegas too. So that's what's up. We got people viewing from a lot of different places. Is it Yash? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. He is saying, "What's up from Tennessee?" That's what's up. That's what's up. Just want to say shout out to everybody for showing up on this live. So yeah, we're gonna hop straight into this. I got my notes right here, so I won't miss anything. Y'all know I get nervous on lives. This is completely different from a regular video, but I like doing these. I like talking to y'all and just interacting with my viewers. But 3 common problems most photography businesses have. I think these are the core problems that I've had and that I think a lot of photographers struggle with when it comes to their businesses. So these are problems that are pretty much holding your business back. And the main things that you need to know about and correct if you want to see more growth with your business. And if y'all can relate to anything that I'm saying, or if you have these problems, feel free to let me know in the chat, or just any problems that you're having right now. And y'all know at the end of these lives, I like to go into Q&A. So feel free to drop your questions in the chat at any time. And if you're watching the replay, team replay, hashtag team replay in the comment section. Let's get straight into this. So the first thing, and I've talked about some of this stuff before, but we're going to get deeper into it. So the first common problem that most photography businesses have is visibility. Now, you're probably wondering what do you mean by that? And this is I think the main thing. It's that you're not visible enough. So nobody knows about you. And that's going to be the main thing that really determines if you're going to see success and book people. People have to know about you first, right? You could have the best service. You could be the best photographer. And you see this a lot with a lot of photographers. They're great photographers, but they struggle business-wise. They struggle to put themselves out there. And, because of that, they're not visible. So nobody knows about them. So it doesn't matter how good you are. If nobody knows about you, it doesn't matter how many skills you have. Let me get back to these comments real fast. We got Courage in the building. What's up, Courage? Thanks for always coming through, man. So visibility. How can you be more visible with your business and as a photographer? It's a lot of different things you could do. Matter of fact, leave a comment and let me know what you're doing to be more visible as a photographer and just be more seen with your business and your photography. What are you doing right now? Let me know in the comments. I want to see what y'all are doing. But as far as me, what we do to be more visible is, I would say, number one is just putting yourself out there. Maybe a simple tip, but a lot of people really struggle when it comes to putting themselves out there. It could be a lot of things. And let me know if this audio is good, y'all. This is something I do struggle with sometimes. And I think this could leave you just in this place where you're just stuck, right? You're thinking too much. You're trying to be perfect, therefore you just don't put yourself out there. But if you're trying to run a business and you don't put yourself out there, then you can't be mad when your business is not growing if you're not willing to put yourself out there. So that's the first step. You got to put yourself out there to let people know that you're a photographer, right? We got some more comments. Stanley, he said, "What's up from Elizabeth City, North Carolina? I used to be stationed in North Carolina. That's what's up." Courage said, "Yes, we do. We struggle." So visibility, and I'll give y'all a couple things you could do to be more visible with your business. So obviously, we're talking about marketing. Marketing is, you know, being more visible, putting yourself out there. So what can you do for marketing? So a common thing that you see people do is utilizing social media. I think this is one of the best ways to be visible and put yourself out there as a photographer. Some people just are growing their business just using social media alone. Now, you know, with a lot of things, it's downsides to a lot of things. I think the downside to social media is it's hard to keep up with. Can y'all relate to that? I don't even really post on my Facebook page anymore. My Instagram, it's a lot to keep up with. If y'all can relate to that, you know, just keeping up with social media, let me know in the chat. But yeah, it's really hard to keep up with. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That's something I struggle with. But that's why it's important to have multiple ways of marketing and putting yourself out there, right? And also just playing to your strengths and what you actually like doing. So I don't really like posting on social media a lot, and that may be you. So maybe you need to switch to a different form of marketing, you know, that would be easier for you to keep up with. Let me get into this chat. I see y'all are chiming in on this. Excuse me. Tyrone said, "Man, I haven't been visible these past 3 months since the birth of my son, but I'm trying to get back out there again. One thing I was trying to do was create more video content on TikToks and Reels." Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. I would say being, you know, that it's a new year. I usually start off to a slow start, you know, when it comes to the beginning of the new year. So it's been kind of hard for me. So I can definitely relate. You know, life comes into play. You know, you get busy with your family and your kids and stuff like that. So I think it's something that a lot of us deal with. And I don't think it's something that you should feel bad about. I was just kind of talking to something similar with my wife the other day. Like, she asked me what is something. I don't even know if maybe she's watching this. She said something about I don't know. I can't remember. But I told her it was not being so hard on myself because I hadn't done a lot of stuff that I had planned on doing because of life, right? And you know, just not, you know, it is what it is. I was busy that day. I didn't get to a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff I got to do, but it is what it is. You know, so let me okay, Marchon said, "I post standard postings in Facebook groups and run ads on occasion and touch back up with past clients." Yeah, that's actually something I wanted to talk about was Facebook ads. That is a great way to get yourself in front of your target audience and become more visible and get more eyes on your business is Facebook ads. Now there are some, I would say it's a learning curve to Facebook ads, so I don't recommend doing them if you don't know how to set them up right, because you could waste a lot of money. But I do want to talk about that more. And I actually have a video coming up about that. So great point on that. Courage said, "It's really hard to keep up with it." Yeah, for sure. Jermaine said, "I don't even try to keep up, just post when I feel like it. LOL." Hey, Jermaine, that sounds like me, man. I just reached a point to where it's like, I just can't keep up with this stuff. It's either going to come down to me outsourcing it or, you know, me trying to keep up with it. And I know I'm not going to keep up with it, but that's why it's important to have multiple ways of marketing, multiple ways to put yourself out there. Social media is not the only way. I do think people kind of paint this picture of that's the only way to market your business and put yourself out there. Now, I do think you'd be I don't want to say a fool or nothing like that, but I do think you should take advantage of it if you can, for sure, because it's free. So I will say that. Joe, what's up? Thanks for coming through. He said, yes, reels, shorts, regular post stories, Facebook, TikTok. Okay. So mainly social media, from what I'm seeing from you. A lot of people are relying on social media. I'm planning to start posting videos on LinkedIn just to try something new. I like that, Joe. I like that. And that's something I was going to touch on is trying new things, right? I think as photographers, we can get caught up in doing the same thing, right? It's just rinse and repeat, do the same thing every single day. But sometimes those things that we're doing all the time, it's not working. And that's something that I've kind of noticed too, is I get stuck in my way of doing things and doing these same things. But sometimes you have to adjust and be flexible and willing to try new things. And like I said, sometimes what you're doing may not be working. So you have to be willing to adjust. Joe said it's a lot. Yeah, it's definitely a lot for sure. Marchon said, I'm pretty sure they have apps that you can have scheduled posting that can push out the content for you around certain times. So great point. That's actually something I've used before. I think it's called Planoly, right? I think they have another one called Later. So these are scheduling apps or softwares or whatever that you can use for your social media content. So you can get in there and you can batch schedule everything to where you could just do this once a week, once a month, schedule all your content. And then I think these things can post it for you, or they could send you an alert and then you could just press one button and post it. So something like that does help a lot. Like I said, I even used to talk about Planoly on the channel. These things are good, but once again, it can be hard to keep up with. Maybe you don't get to getting into this app and scheduling all these things, and I don't know. It could be tough too, but it can help, and that's something you should look into if you haven't looked into it. Tyrone said to share your posts for you. I use it for my ministry's media team. Yeah, so I would tell y'all to definitely check that stuff out. If you find yourself struggling with social media and you want something to where you can kind of batch schedule all this stuff, I would definitely check out Planoly. And I think the other one that I know about is called Later, to kind of help you keep up with that stuff. OMG, we got the wife in the building. I should have known she was going to hop on. She's supposed to be doing this live with me. Kimbo, you're supposed to be doing this live with me. I know she's chilling right now, though. She said, it was, how can you change one thought today in order to make yourself a little happier? So yeah, that's what I was touching on when I said I kind of talked about something similar with my wife. And yeah, that's what I told her. It was just, not being hard on myself because I didn't get to YouTube content or freelancing or any of the things that I do. So thanks for putting that in there, Kimbo. I have trouble remembering stuff. Get you a wife that helps you remember. Courage said, Kimbo, they love you. We're gonna try to get Kimbo back on the channel. She's been just chilling. So before we get into this second point, I like that everybody is chiming in. This is definitely just like an open discussion. Yeah, I'm going to be teaching and sharing stuff, but I want to hear y'all's thoughts too, just on what you're doing. If you are experiencing some of these things, I always like to engage in the chat. So let's go ahead and get into the second point. And also just say what's up. If you're in the chat, don't be a ninja watcher and not saying anything. Say what's up. Don't be scared. This community is pretty cool. Marchon said, I feel like it will come down to discipline with posting on Facebook because it can become another job. Yeah, that's how I feel about YouTube. YouTube is a job. I did not feel like going live, but I know I needed a video up, and I wanted to touch on this topic. This social media thing is hard to keep up with, man. And you see a lot of these like bigger photographers, bigger businesses on social media, bigger YouTubers. Something to keep in mind is a lot of these people have teams behind them. This was something that I didn't know when I first started doing this stuff, because I'm like, how in the HELL are people keeping up with YouTube, shorts, reels, Facebook, Instagram, running their business, family, all this stuff? It's because they have a team behind them and they're outsourcing a lot of these things. And that's something that I do. I try to outsource stuff to save time, to get time back. Um, and that's something you have to think about. If you really want to grow with your business, it's hard to grow if you're working in the business a lot. So you may want to think about outsourcing. I feel like if you truly want to grow, you want to double your revenue, you have to give up certain things, right? And this could, you can, I don't want to say you can easily do this, but this is where it comes in of having that knowledge of charging correctly, so you have the funds to outsource, right? So that's a whole nother topic. But we about to get into the second point. Kimbo said, hey everyone, say what's up to the wife. If you've been on the channel for a while, you definitely know Kimbo. He said, oh, and it's Marshawn. Okay. How did I not get that? Thanks for telling me that. Maurice Chase, what's up? He said, what's up, bro? I was ninja watching, but hello to all. It's all good, man. I just like to have fun with y'all. It's all good. Let's get into the second point. So, like I said, if you're just joining, we're talking about 3 common problems most photography businesses have and how to fix these problems. So the second common problem is, I'm gonna probably say this wrong, no inquiries. Did I say that right? So pretty much nobody is reaching out, right, for your service of photography. Is anybody having this issue right now? So you feel like you're doing all you can, but nobody is biting, right? You're putting the bait out there, you're posting on social media, you hustling, you're doing everything you can, but nobody is biting. So I think that's the second common problem that people have. I see people talking about this all the time in groups. Like, they say, no matter what I do, people are not reaching out. This is something that we've, I'm not saying that I don't go through this. We went through this before, right? It's like you're putting yourself out there, but nobody's reaching out. Nobody's interested, right? And this can be hard, right? Especially if you're putting in a lot of work. But the thing with this, honestly, it could be a lot of things. It could be, and this is the truth. Maybe somebody does not want to hear this, but one of the problems it could be is it could be your actual work. It could just be that the service isn't good enough, right? If the service isn't good enough and nobody is biting on it, it could be the actual service. So as a photographer, it could be your actual images, maybe just need to improve some. And I know that's hard for some. I've been in that stage. Kimbo can vouch for that. We've been in that stage. It's like nobody's biting. Well, it's like, let's go back to the actual work, the portfolio, and let's have a real assessment of this thing. Is our work actually good? A lot of photographers have egos, right? A lot of photographers think, hey, I don't need no education, I don't need no training, I got it all locked, I got it all on lock, I'm good at everything. But in a lot of cases, some things need to be improved, and for some photographers, that thing is your actual work. Do y'all agree with that? What's your thoughts on that? But like I said, that could be one of the harder things to accept in, really just take that in, that, hey, I need to build my skills and get better. And that could be why I'm not booking the amount of people that I want to book, for sure. Now, we're going to touch on this more, but we're going to get back into this chat for a second. Like I said, feel free to leave your thoughts and questions in the chat. Courage said, what do you do when things do come to plan with clients, as in hourly, when one say one thing and it turns out another, as in time? How do you approach your client better? I'm trying to understand that. What do you do when things come to plan with your client? I don't know exactly what you mean by that. Can you kind of clarify that a little bit? TJ said, what's up? TJ, thanks for coming through, bro. Glad to have you here. Let me do a quick plug. Yeah, I'm about to do a quick plug. If you want to support the channel or the stream, definitely drop a super chat. Like I said, it's not required, but it will be much appreciated. Just if you get value from the channel and you like my actual content and you want to support the channel, you can definitely drop a super chat. Like I said, not required, but wanted to let people know about that who don't know, if you want to support the channel. Kurt said, I meant not into plans. So you're saying what do I do when things don't go as planned? How do you approach your client? Um, I guess the best way I could kind of answer this is when things aren't going as planned, and my wife could tell you, I talk to her about this sometimes. I always bring stuff back to myself. I think as photographers, we are quick to want to blame other people for stuff and be like, oh, it's not my fault, right? But I like to put stuff back on myself. Let's say something goes wrong with the client. I'm gonna most likely put that back on myself. Like maybe she didn't do something. Okay, maybe I didn't tell her, right? Maybe I didn't go through my process as good as I should have to know that specific thing. So hopefully that's kind of related to your question, but I always look back at myself and say, did I do the best I could to prevent this specific thing? So that's how I kind of approach stuff within my business. So hopefully that helps. All right, so let's get back into this topic of no inquiries. Nobody's reaching out. So honestly, this could be a problem of visibility. So not enough people know about you, right? For example, you could have let's say 1,000 people come to your site per month, and your rate of like people that actually fill out the contact form could just be like 5 or 10%. So you see like how many people you have to have come to the site, and then like that conversion rate, it's very small. Like I do other side hustles too, and that's the same thing. Like, these things get impressions, people see it, but out of that like 1,000 people that see it, maybe like just a couple book. So visibility plays into someone who's struggling to get people reaching out, inquiries, leads. I would say visibility plays a huge part in that. Like I said, visibility, your actual work maybe needs to be improved. I would say those are the two main things, but it could also be that your messaging doesn't really talk to that specific client that you're trying to book, right? There's a disconnect somewhere within your business to where, somebody who's interested and they're looking, it's a disconnect there, which causes them to look elsewhere. So that's why I think it's always important to go over everything in your business and revisit all this stuff, your website, your branding, your marketing, and just seeing how effective these things are and what's converting best. That's something that helped me once I started tracking, like, what's working within my business. Like, where are my leads coming from? First of all, how many of these leads am I actually booking? Because it could be that I have a sales problem, right? If I'm not paying attention to that, I won't really know it. So it's all about revisiting stuff in your business and doubling down on what's working, right? If you see something working, if you see that a lot of your clients come from your website, hey, double down on your SEO to bring more clients in. So yeah, for sure. Let me get back into this chat. Tyrone said, off topic question, what video camera were you using to shoot the BTS on camera from the BTS videos at the start of this live? So I was actually using my GoPro. So for all the BTS stuff you see me do, it's my GoPro. Sometimes I'll put it on camera, but I don't like when I shoot like portrait mode. Like I have to go into, my editor and switch that up, or sometimes I don't. So what I've been doing is I'll mount it on my camera strap on my shoulder. I like that view a lot better. I actually shot some BTS for a wedding that we recently did, and I mounted it on my shoulder. I just like that view a lot better. Kurt said makes sense. Marshawn said, more of a question, but do you think recycled content could lead to people not reaching out? I don't think so. I think if you're just doing stuff that is just too similar and it's like too close together, I know some people that'll post a picture and then they'll post that picture again in like a week or two. Now, if you're doing that in a couple of days, I think that's too close. But you have to keep in mind too, like I've seen a lot of y'all use social media. Everybody's not seeing your content. Um, for example, if you have a Facebook business page, you have 1,000 people following that page. Facebook isn't sending that specific content to all of your followers. It may send it to like 5 or 10%. So it does make sense to keep posting stuff so other people can see those things. Same for Instagram. Everybody's not seeing your content. I don't know if y'all know that all of your followers, they're not getting your content. Even on YouTube, I got like what 12,600 subscribers. Everybody is not getting these notifications. Everybody is not seeing my content. So YouTube and other platforms, how they work is they kind of show your content to people who are most likely to interact with your content. So if people have been watching a lot of my videos, they're probably going to get served more of my videos. So that's kind of how a lot of these social media platforms work. Tyrone said, bet. Thanks, bro. No problem, man. No problem. So we're going to get into this last point. I'm not going to be on this live for too long. I didn't plan on staying on here for too long. Me and my wife will get on here and talk for 2 hours. And y'all know I like to run my mouth. So we're going to get straight to the point. But if you're in the chat, feel free to chime in on this topic. Leave your questions because we're going to go into Q&A after this last point. And yeah, so the last point. 3 common problems most photography businesses have. And this last one is people are reaching out, but you're not actually booking these leads. So I want to know in the chat, is this something that y'all struggle with? So you don't have a problem of bringing people in, like people filling out the contact form or reaching out to you on Instagram or Facebook for your services. So you're bringing the people in, but you can't book these people. You can't convert these leads into paying clients. Is this something that y'all have struggled with? Let me know in the chat. Is this something that y'all seem to struggle with? Honestly, this is something that a lot of photographers struggle with, is sales. Me personally, I'm not a sales master. I'm not going to claim to be a sales master, but I have paid attention to our what we do as far as communicating with clients that reach out, what's working, and adjusting, right? Like I talked about in the beginning, adjusting your process and how you do stuff if something's not working, and really leaning into what is working. So is this something that y'all struggle with or had problems with within your business? Kurt said, please bring Kimbo next time. I'll try, man. This is mainly my channel. I don't want to put that on her too much. She didn't sign up for this. She helps sometimes, but she be busy doing life stuff. So when she's not busy, I'll try to get her on. Mike McGee TV, what's up, bro? Thanks for coming through. He said, but I do get people to book, but I would like more. Okay, we're gonna touch on that. TJ said, my biggest problem has been availability. Juggling my main job and my photography makes it hard, I'm assuming. Yeah, definitely something that I struggle with too, TJ, for sure. I think a lot of us kind of have that issue of balancing this business, this side hustle with your main job. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, it's some weeks where I'm just completely exhausted. Mentally, I'm not there to even make content, market, work in the business. Some weeks that don't happen. I'm gonna be real with you. It may be a whole month sometime, depending on just where I'm at up here, and I'm okay with that now. I used to beat myself up, but hey, it happens, man. Like my wife has told me before, like, you do a lot of things. It's okay to feel like that. Like you're bound to feel like that if you're doing a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Marshawn said, I would say about 40% of my clients that inquire, I get them to book. That's a high booking rate. That's a really high booking rate. So in that case, I would say if you're booking like just super easy and so much, I would say that you need to raise your prices. I'm gonna just say that's what I would do, right? So we reached a point to where, of course, this was in the beginning stages. Our prices were super low. So we had too much volume, right? So to cut down on that volume, you raise your prices, right? The demand is there. and you're booking too much, like we just talked about, some of us have a full-time job, so it's like, hey, I'm not trying to be shooting 4 clients a week. Like, I can't even keep up with that. So at that point, I would raise my prices because I'm booking too much and it's too easy. So I would say that, in a lot of those cases, that person is priced too low. That's just my opinion. T Mid, what's up, bro? What's up? What's up? What's up? Shout out to T Mid. Wait, hold up. Is T Mid with the super chat, man? Keep creating, bro. Man, that's what's up, man. T Mid with the first super chat on the channel, bro. I appreciate that so much, man. That's super dope. You see me smiling, bro? That is dope, man. I appreciate that, man. Keep doing your thing, bro. Huge fan of the content, man. And I definitely, coming from creator to creator, I respect the grind, because I see you put out a lot of content and it's not easy. So definitely respect the grind and appreciate that, T-Mid. First super chat ever on the channel. Appreciate that. Let's get back into these comments. Joe Ross said, my prices are higher than my clients' budgets. I need a new basket of clients to choose from. Okay. TJ said, makes it tough. I think a lot of people agree with you, TJ. Marshawn said he agreed with you. Kevin, what's up? Thanks for coming through. He said, same here with TJ. Jermaine, I have the same problem. Just been listening while driving home from work. Joe Ross said, I'm getting return clients. Yeah, return clients are great. Hey, if you get return clients, you're doing something right, for sure. T-Mid said, appreciate it, bro. Yeah, man, we got to show love to to the fellow creators, man, for sure. This YouTube thing is a grind, man. I just like to see, just a lot of creators, Black creators specifically, just doing great things for the community, man. Just putting out information, building communities and trying to help people and connecting with like-minded photographers, for sure. So let's get back on this topic, man. I see a lot of people, y'all are saying, it's hard with the jobs, for sure. So back to that point of, people are reaching out, but you're not booking these people, which is a sales issue. Personally, and this is something that y'all have seen me talk about on the channel. And like I said, leaning into your strengths. What are you good at? So something that we did as far as our sales process to convert more of these leads is consultations, right? We love them. I'll be honest with you, my wife mainly does these consultations. We've done them together. But that's something that helps us book more people. That's something that it's like, we started doing that and we noticed, like, hey, we're booking people with ease when we do consultations versus just email. And I'm not saying you can't book people through email. Some people just don't want to hop on the phone. Maybe it's just kind of hard just based on your family. You have a lot of kids or whatever, but it's definitely something that has helped us. So how this has helped us is a consultation is a way of standing out, right? So a lot of photographers are not willing to hop on the phone with a client. That, let's be real, a lot of people just don't want to do that type of stuff. But something I've learned is the stuff that people aren't willing to do, if you're a person that is willing to do those type of things, you can see success, right? You can see better results when you do the thing that's uncomfortable, when you do what other people are not willing to do. So I think that's something that has helped us out a lot. I think consultations gives us an opportunity to really connect with clients, to show them our personality, and just really just showing them, like, hey, I'm willing to get on the phone and really hear you out, right? I think you can build a different type of connection with that client with talking to them on the phone. And a lot of people, this is why it's important to get feedback from your clients. Clients are telling us, hey, I went with you because I really like y'all's personalities and how we connected on the phone. Like, so that's something that has helped us. But let me know what y'all think about or your questions about, the sales process. Like, where do you feel like you get stuck? Is this something that you struggle with? Let me know in the chat. I want to hear y'all's thoughts on that. Whoa, we got another super chat. Mike McGee TV, new supporter looking to learn more, $19. Man, that is so dope, man. I appreciate that, Mike, so much. Yeah, man, I appreciate that. I I got a lot of videos on the channel. I don't hold nothing back on this channel. So if you're looking to learn about photography, business, photography in general, I'm gonna give it all to you on this channel for sure. But appreciate the super chat. Means a lot to me for sure. Marshawn said I do video calls. They're more personable for sure. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. You can connect with people completely different through video calls, right? Me personally, if I was looking for a service, if me and my wife were looking for a photographer, excuse me, and we had a photographer, you know, we went to their website, whatever, we reached out and they called us and talked to us, I think we'd be more likely to book that person because that's showing me that you're willing to go the extra mile, right? You're willing to hear me out. You're willing to connect with me in a different way, right? I just think photographers that do that have an advantage. Like I said, I'm not saying that you can't win by just emails. We book clients like that, but we do see more success with consultations. Do any of y'all do consultations? Let me know in the chat if that is something you do. Let's get back in here. We got T-Man said off topic, but are you going to WPPI? Honestly, T-Man, I don't even know when it is. When is it? It may be something that I'm down to do. You know, I'm trying to get out there this year and just get more out there in this industry and talk to people. So it depends on the date and if I can, you know ahead of time and get there. I'd definitely be down to do something like that and meet some of y'all for sure. Kurt said, yeah, are you going to WPPI? Yeah, when is it? Let me know in the chat. Y'all know when okay, T-Man, let me know. He said it's February 27th to March 4th. Yeah, that's kind of close. Where is it at? What city and state is it in? Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna make that. Man, I didn't even know about it, man. It's a lot of stuff that I don't be keeping up with. Man, yeah, I wish I would have knew about it sooner. Tyrone said, I just got off the phone. I just got off a phone consultation a few hours ago. Clap it up for Tyrone. That's what I love to see, bro. How did it go? Did it go good? Okay, so it's in Las Vegas. Man, way in Las Vegas. We probably gonna have to make it next year. Me and the wife, maybe or maybe some other events they have later this year. Maybe we'll try some of those. But yeah, like I said, I love to get out there and connect with y'all for sure, man. So another point with these consultations is honestly, man, they're not even really hard, right? I think a lot of people are very intimidated by consultations. They think it's hard. They're like, I don't know what to talk about. But from what I've found is just getting on these consultations and being yourself. That's when really things took off to another level. Just with my photography businesses, I really leaned in on me and my wife just being ourselves. Not saying we were being fake, but maybe trying to be a little bit too much like other photographers, right? Letting that kind of get in our heads and kind of, molding some of the stuff we do to kind of be similar to them. But I found just really getting on there and being yourself, man. People gonna connect with you if you can just be yourself. And something else that's really important with these consultations is leading this consultation to the actual booking, right? So we used to make a mistake with these of not really pressing for the booking at the end of the consultation because we were scared, right? To do this stuff. But saying something as simple as you've had the consultation, right? And at the end, saying something as simple as, would you like to move forward and go ahead and pay your deposit, right? I'm not saying that's exactly what I would say, but that's leading that consultation to the actual booking, right? You want to give a call to action. It's no different from anything else in business, right? You don't just leave it, oh, we'll talk later and figure that out. No, we had a good call. Hey, would you like to book? Hey, I could send the retainer over right after this call. Would you like me to send over the contract and the retainer? So I know that can be intimidating for some too. It's like I see a lot of photographers saying they don't want to be salesy, and it's not being salesy, right? They're interested. They're on the phone because they're interested. you're really just helping them and guiding them through your process and getting them what they want, right? So I don't look at it as salesy, and I think if you look at things like that, it can kind of hold you back for sure. Let's get back into this chat. We got Tyrone said, I just got off the phone. I read that one. He said, yes, sir, went good. They paid a deposit. That's what's up, bro. Congratulations on that booking. You did something that a lot of photographers are not willing to do. So big props to you for doing that, for sure. T-Man says, a wedding and portrait expo. Nice place to meet and learn with other photographers and see new gear coming to the market. Man, I definitely gotta go to something like that. That would be so dope, for sure. Mike McGee TV said, I'm gonna have to look into that. Marshawn said, the call to action on video can become very awkward sometimes. Yeah, I don't think it's awkward. I don't think it's awkward. It has been a point to where in the beginning when we were doing it, it was new to us. We kind of were a little bit shy to do it. But I don't think it's awkward, because you have to keep in mind that they're coming to you for a service, right? It's your job to guide them, right, throughout this process, right? So that's part of your job, to guide them to, hey, this is how you book me. Are you interested, right? It's just our job as photographers, and you have to switch your mindset of how you look at it. Like, oh, this is salesy, and they may say no, they may do this and that. Yeah, that could happen. They may say no, but they may say yes. So are you going to let that stop you because they may say no? Are you not going to put yourself out there because you're scared that people may not book? Like, I think those are horrible mindsets to have, and they don't do anything but hold you back. So it's about training yourself to look at stuff differently, and knowing that it's your job to do that as a photographer. If you have a business, that's what you're supposed to do. So that's how I like to look at stuff like that. So what are y'all thoughts on sales? Y'all have any questions about sales? I think I covered everything. We're going to transition over to Q&A. I do these at the end of every stream. So if y'all have any questions about this topic or any other questions about photography business, let me know in the chat. Joe Ross said, I go to Shutterfest. I think it's important to polish your craft and going to events and workshops for sure. Yeah, that's kind of what I touched on in the beginning too, is refining your skills. I think once you have this thought of, I don't need to learn nothing else, and I'm good enough at everything, I think that's where you start to decline within your business, with your photography, because you just think you have it all figured out, and there's no room for growth. There's always room for growth. There's always room for improvement. So that's just how I feel about stuff. J-Most Photography, what's up, bro? Thanks for coming through. He said, always in a consultation with if everything we spoke about fits right with, and it's within your budget, we can proceed with the booking process. Can we clap it up for that, J-Most? I love that. See, it's a simple call to action. And you see how he worded that? Like, that's not salesy. It's nothing wrong with saying that, right? I don't think that's too forward. I don't think that's too aggressive. It's just, hey, we had a good time. We had a good talk. This is how you can move forward if you want to do it. There's no pressure, right? So J-Most, I appreciate you for pinning that. Marshawn said, great feedback, bro. Keep up the awesome content. I appreciate that, Marshawn. I appreciate that a lot, man. This YouTube stuff is not easy, but it is very rewarding, and I love it. I love just just getting on here and sharing everything. I share everything, my struggles, I'm just trying to make the community better and just be someone that's willing to help people. That's all. I think we need more people that's just willing to help people and not just beating people up and being negative. That's not what I'm about. Mike McGee TV said, "What was your starting price when you started doing business in phototherapy?" Great question. So my wife and I, when we started out, we charged. Uh, y'all ready for this? We charged $40 per session. 40 freaking dollars, right? It didn't matter what it was. That's what we was charging, to be honest with you. And you know what? It's like I see a lot in these groups, and a lot of photographers going in on people who charge cheap prices. I think when you're new, man, it's a lot. It's a lot that you're dealing with, right? You already not confident. You new. You just starting with something, and when you just starting out with something, you're not going to be 100% confident, right? You don't want to go out the gate charging a crazy amount when you don't even know if you can, deliver to that price or whatever, right? And even with experienced photographers, I think when the pricing, I don't know, the pricing is just something that a lot of us struggle with. I think the main thing is, lack of confidence and not thinking that you're worth it. But if you want to grow and keep moving forward, you're gonna reach a point to where you better raise them prices, or you just gonna keep struggling. So that's how I looked at it. It's do or die. We're gonna raise the prices, or we're gonna keep struggling, and we're gonna keep letting people take advantage of us, right? We're gonna keep spending all our time on this business, whatever we're doing, and getting nothing in return from it, right? So it's pretty much like you doing the work for free. You know what I'm saying? So it's do or die. What you gonna do? That's what it comes down to with a lot of this stuff. What you gonna do? You want to keep struggling? You can't be mad at nobody else. You can only be mad at yourself because you don't believe in yourself. You're not valuing yourself, right? Nobody's gonna tell you to raise your prices. As far as a client, you got to tell yourself that. So that's my little spiel on that. Don't get me started. Tyrone said facts. Yeah. Marshawn said, OMG, when I started out and my price was below market price, I had so many photographers come at and shame me for what I charged just starting out SMH. You know what, man? That makes me furious. Like, that makes me so mad. Just even you putting that out there. Thanks for putting that. It pisses me off, man, because it's like, I don't know, man. A lot of photographers, like, they've been doing it for a while and stuff, and they think they can just come and just shit on people. It's like, man, did you forget like where you came from, right? Like, a lot of those photographers, nobody starts out successful. It's like, man, don't forget where you came from. We all got to start somewhere. Who am I to go in on you because you started like this? Like, we all got to start somewhere, and we all got to learn, right? When me and my wife started, it was a lot that we didn't know, and maybe photographers, ain't nobody really told us nothing, but maybe they were saying like, oh my God, they're charging this and saying this and talking about us. But it's like, shoot, we were new. You were new at a certain point. How about we uplift the community, and how about we help each other out? Send that photographer a message and tell him, hey, I'm not trying to come at you no crazy way, but I was in your position at one point, and if I were you, hey, I just want to give you a couple of tips on what I would do and how you can improve, right? I think that's a better way to come at people, just instead of going in on them. Like, I don't know if it makes people feel better when they do that, but I'm not with that, man. I'm not with that, because we all got to start somewhere. That's just how I feel about that. Kevin Marcus said, I agree. What's up, Kevin? Thanks for coming through on the stream, man. Mike McGee TV said, I had a couple people tell me the same thing. Yeah, I'm not with that, man. I'm not with that. That man, it makes me mad. I don't know, man. These people get big and stuff, and they think that they can just talk to people crazy and that they're untouchable and this and that. It's like, hey, you were in my position at 1.2. We all start somewhere, right? You're no better than me just because you charge more than me. That doesn't make me better than anybody, How about we try to help people instead? I don't know how to say your name. I'm gonna probably butcher that. Is it Dahilia? Let me know if I said that wrong. Man, I cannot pronounce people's names right. She said, first off, just want to say thanks for joining the stream. She said, I told my best friend that I would plan her engagement photos for her. I don't know if you have planned a whole shoot. If you have, do you have any tips? Yeah, I plan a lot of shoots. First off, congrats on getting the shoot and doing the shoot. So how to plan a shoot? So our process is, of course, we have a couple locations that we found from scouting. So we try to figure out the location and stuff. Of course, when it comes to that, you want to get feedback from the client too, because she may want a specific look, right? So that's why it's important to talk about these things or have a questionnaire to where it covers your bases as far as just stuff that you should know, as far as like maybe what kind of poses they like, what type of location they're looking for, what they're going to do with their photos. That's why I think it's important to ask these questions through a consultation or send a questionnaire. I would say that the main thing is just communicating with the client on everything, right? Just letting them know, hey, before they can even hit you with something, you should already be on top of it, with sending that questionnaire or letting them know you got the location, when the shoot is going to be, how it's going to go, how it's going to work as far as payments, as far as the delivery of the photos. I think it's important to have that process kind of laid out step by step and go through that process with every single client. And that's something that you're always going to refine and, change up as you grow as a photographer, as you get more experience. So hopefully that helps. It's Dalia. Okay. I knew I said that wrong. Louis the King Photography. What's up? Thanks for coming through on the chat. He said, as a beginner photographer, I feel like I've hit a wall trying to find more clientele. Does it help to actually reach out to potential customers? That's a great question. And you say you're a beginner, and we all hit a wall. That's just part of the journey. You're going to hit a wall. Now, as far as reaching out to potential customers, you got to be careful about how you do this, right? Because I think it can come off to the client the wrong way if you approach it the wrong way, right? I've actually done that a couple of times. I'm like, oh man, looking back at it, I'm like, I should have never sent that message, right? The only time I'm really reaching out to potential customers, though, is if I'm doing something, just some type of creative shoot or like a model call. That's really the only time that I'm reaching out to people, or if I'm specifically trying to pitch something and just coming up with a whole pitch. And then in that case, I would be charging, but I wouldn't do that. If you're new, I would just be reaching out to people about more so of doing stuff to grow my portfolio and to build my portfolio. So hopefully that answers your question. And I kind of touch on this in my photography business starter kit. I have a link for that in the description. I think I think it's called a free to paid blueprint. So I kind of break down how I've reached out and gotten free clients and got paid from that. So I go into that process if you want to check that out. Mike McGee said, like you said, I'm not 100% comfortable with my photos to charge a lot. But in my personal opinion, I think I take pretty good photos and I in catching good moments. Yeah, and see, I think, man, here's the thing, like, even like to charge a lot, you don't have to be a great photographer, right? I think people get that confused too. It's like, these photos aren't worth $3,000, right? But it's people who are paying that for photos, right? I guess the main point I'm trying to make was that you don't have to be great to charge a lot. Now, do you have to know your stuff and take consistent in sharp images with good lighting and stuff like that, and know your settings and stuff? Yeah, you have to know that. But do you have to be like some all-star great photographer to charge a lot? No. It's more so of like, how are you presenting this value of your service or your, in case you're another business, your product? Like, that's really what it comes down to, is like how you present that value and how the client perceives that value, right? Because You could just have average photos, but the way it's packaged and the way it's perceived is this is worth a lot. You see what I'm saying? Like, for example, like a uh let me see. Trying to think of a brand like Nike. I know this is kind of different. They're a huge company, but their branding is amazing, right? To the point that their branding and their messaging, people really connect to that, to where they're willing to pay whatever for the clothes, right? So, in terms of photography, you could have a brand that just looks so good and amazing, and the photos could kind of be average. Not saying they're bad, but it's like people are drawn to that brand in your messaging and how it's all packaged to where they're willing to pay a lot, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Sometimes I can kind of go on and on, but that's a live stream for you. Kevin Marcus said, how much do you charge? It depends on the type of shoot. For weddings, I mean, we charge anywhere between like 2,800, like 3,000 plus. For portraits, I think our portraits start out at like 500, I think, or something like that. It really depends on the type of shoot. And honestly, man, we have set prices, but with a lot of stuff that we do, and this could be like a pricing model, for those of you who are kind of interested in this, is we kind of customize a good amount of stuff that we do. So it's not just like just packages. We do have that stuff available, but sometimes that's our thing. We're going to cater to the client and really customize whatever package or whatever they want and put a price on that. So hopefully that makes sense. Marshawn said, if you don't have a questionnaire, you can Google the template to send them. Yeah, for sure. And we do stuff like that in why did I do that? I think it's called Google Sheets or Google Forms. So if you have Google whatever, you could go to Google Forms and make like your questionnaires and send that to clients. So that's what we use. Mike McGee TV said $50 for 10 photos and $5 for each after that. J-Mo said, facts, we all start somewhere. Quick tip is to research who's around you and what they shoot and charge. You know what? I like that, J-Mo's. You definitely just want to see. I'm not one for really just copying people, but once again, like, especially if you're new, you don't know what to charge. You don't know what's out there, right? So you look at other photographers to see what they're doing, right? Or like you don't know what to do during the shoot, so you're looking at BTS photos on YouTube, right? I think that's, if I was new, I would do it. That's what I did. Like, hey, I don't know these things. Let me see what other people are doing. And some people do stuff wrong, but it does help to just kind of see what people are paying and what other people are doing with their business. This could kind of give you some ideas if you're just completely lost, right? Kevin Marcus said, any tips on starting out in real estate photography? So I've never done real estate, but my tip for that, if someone has done real estate in the chat, feel free to chime in. I think, and I'll just make this kind of for everybody, if you're just starting out, I would say to shoot for free. Some people may disagree. I don't care. Everybody's different. I would say to shoot for free and start building that portfolio on that specific thing. See, now you have leverage, right? Now you have a better chance of booking people because you have something to show them with that specific thing that they want, right? Versus you just kind of approaching them and you don't have nothing. It's like, okay, I've done the work. I've done, 2 free shoots. I have somewhat of a portfolio, something I could show this client to show them, hey, I can give you what you want, right? I can shoot real estate. And then you can start pitching, and then you could start asking, for money, because it's like, hey, I showed you, and this is what I can do for you. So my first thing would be try to build up some kind of portfolio with that thing first. That's my advice. V-Dub, what's up? Thanks for coming through. Another question. I mostly take nature shots. Any tips for selling prints or pricing my photos? I feel like I have really improved over the years, but I do overthink and end up just confusing myself. Yeah, I can definitely relate to the overthinking and like confusing yourself or just kind of like shutting down or not making any kind of moves just because you're overthinking. Now you're stuck. This is why I talk about those things, because when you think like that, now it's like, now you're not going to get nowhere. Now you're already defeated, you're already lost because you're in your own head and you're thinking crazy stuff in your head. But anyways, you said tips on selling prints. So as far as prints, I would recommend Shoot Proof. That's something I talk about on the channel a lot. It makes it easy to, not easy, but easier to sell things like prints and products because it's available within the client's gallery, right? Versus if you don't have a software like that to help you, pitch these things, right? So I will start there. I should have a link for that in the description. In pricing, if you're brand new, I don't know if you're new. Once again, some people may disagree. I would say start out with what you feel comfortable with charging. I talked about this in my pricing for new photographers video. If you're just starting out, just charge what you feel comfortable with right now, right? Once you build up some experience, get some shoots under your belt, build up your confidence, you can, that's the thing, you can always raise your prices. It's like people go crazy about pricing. Oh my God, they're devaluing the industry. Oh my God, he's charging $100 per shoot. Oh my God, it's so stupid. But it's like that person could always raise their pricing. What's the big deal? We all start somewhere. So that's my advice on that. Kevin Marcus said, I just started charging 150 for 10 photos, one location, one outfit, and charge an extra 50 for another outfit. Thanks for sharing, man. No problem. No problem. That's what I'm here for. JMO said, I think it's more about marketing. Many studio charge outrageous prices with mediocre images. A lot of our clients won't know the difference. They just want to feel they got the best for the money. That's a great point, JMO. So I really am feeling your comments for sure, man. It's about like it's about like perceived value. Like, it's crazy. And I like I said, a lot of stuff I talk about is stuff that I used to think and I used to go through and struggle with. It's like, man, it's no way I can charge that much. Them photos ain't worth that much. Who's ever had that thought? Like, man, ain't no way in HELL my photos are worth $800. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. But over time, we start raising prices and people still booking. It's like, that's like a limiting belief and just crazy thought that we put in our heads, right? Like JMO said, it's more about marketing. Like I said, we was talking about Nike. Look how they market. Now, granted, that's a bigger company, but it's all about like how you make your business look and how people feel about it, more so than it is about like image quality and how good the images are. Like you said, man, clients can't tell the difference half the time between like a great photo and a bad photo. Some can, but a lot can't. So Kevin said that's a great idea. You can also use your friends or family, or even use your own place if applicable for sure. Kevin, LOL, I'm most definitely undercharging. Hey, it happens, man. We've all been there. Even now, like I tell my wife this, we could charge more. You could always charge more. You could charge whatever the heck you want to charge. It's your business. You could charge whatever you want to charge. Now, are people going to pay that? I don't know, but you could charge whatever you want to charge. It was something I seen. It was I think they posted in a photography group. It's like a pen. I think it's like thousands of dollars for a pen, just like a little pen. So like that, seeing stuff like that, it really puts stuff into perspective. Like, man, people are buying a pen for that much, right? Even like other stuff I've seen, like shoes and stuff that are crazy expensive. People buy it. It just kind of puts things into perspective. That's what I'm saying. Louis the King Photography said, Mike, I do 75 per hour. Most around me are doing between 250 and 1,000. Whoa, 250 to 1,000 per hour. I can get down with the 250, but I ain't on no 1,000 level. I ain't got the confidence in me to do that. Not per hour. Leah said, I'm grateful for the tips. Thank you very much. Of course. That's why I do these lives, to answer your questions live, connect with y'all, talk to y'all, see what's up, and obviously educate. I love doing these for sure. Any more questions? Y'all got any more questions for me? If y'all don't give me questions, I'm gonna get off. So if you got questions, bring them my way. As you can see, we're trying something different with this stream. We're doing the multiple camera angles, just trying something different. I'm always open to just trying to upgrade the content, right? Same for anybody who donates, super chats, all that stuff. That stuff is going back into the channel, just with products and just services and things I can use to improve the channel. So that's what that stuff will be going towards, as far as like super chats and stuff like that, just to grow the channel. And also give back too. I've done stuff before, just giving back to my my viewers. Louis the King Photography said, that's what I'm saying. LOL. Bamboozled, love that name. He said, love the content, bro. What's your favorite 3 go-to prime lenses for portraits? First off, thanks for joining the stream, and I appreciate that compliment. Man, that's a tough question. My favorite 3 prime lenses. Number 1 is easy for me. That's the 85. Love the 85. Most of my work that you see on my Instagram, our Facebook page, website, most of that work is done with the 85. Like, I made that out to be like, I'm like, hey, I'm a master of this lens. I was at a point before to where I was trying too many different lenses and stuff. And it's like, man, I just need to really get good at one lens. And I chose the 85 for that. And it's been my favorite ever since. I would say 85. I like my 45, my Samyang 45. So it's similar to a 50 in prime lens. I like longer focal lengths. I don't have like a 135, but I have rented one, and I like that one a lot too. Like, that lens is a beast, the 135. So I would say those are my top 3. Mike McGee TV said, last Saturday I made the most I made so far, $400 for 4 hours, and they offered that. LOL. They was happy with my work, and it made me happy that they was happy. I love that. Clap it up for Mike McGee TV. I love that. That's a huge win. A very, very big win. Yeah, isn't that amazing when you get that from clients? Like, first off, that they're even willing to pay that amount, especially if you've been struggling mentally, and you've been in your own head and your business is struggling, right? And you get somebody that they come and they pay. They don't, try to talk you down or nothing. They just pay. That's like the best feeling in the world. I swear. It's the best feeling in the world, especially when you've been like on a dry streak. You can't book people, or people are like, people reaching out and they're just worried about pricing. Like, they don't actually value the work. When you get somebody that comes through like that, it's a great feeling. So, congrats on that, Mike. Mike said, and do you shoot mainly with the zoom lens during shoots? I love using my 85. I have some zoom lenses. I have the Tamron 28-75. Wait, I think that's my only one. I've rented. I rent a lot of lenses. That's something I'm gonna make a video about. I don't buy a lot of stuff no more. And if I need a lens, I'll just rent it. Because I don't see the point of and just kind of cutting back on what I'm spending by just renting. Yeah, I could buy, but I used to do that. I don't do that no more. I haven't bought a lot of stuff in a while. And if I do buy something, it's because I need it. I need it for the type of work I'm doing. I love that 85, man. My favorite zoom though is the 70. I'll probably 70-200. The thing is just heavy. It's heavy, but I love it. Just a big lens, man. Eric Jackson, thanks for coming through on the stream. He said, are you doing photography full time? No, I do not do photography full time. I work a full time job. I do business with my wife. She shoots with me too. She works full time too. So we do it on the side. Now, would I like to be full time and do photography and content creation and stuff like that? YouTube, all the stuff. Yeah, that's one of my goals is to work for myself. So, yeah, that's what I'm working towards. So, follow my journey and see if I can get there. Help me get there. It helps when y'all watch the content, support, and all that stuff. So, Mike McGee TV said it was a good feeling. It was for a birthday event. Yes, the best feeling in the world as a photographer. One of the best feelings for sure. Delia said, I had no idea you could rent a lens. Yeah, I do it all the time. My the website I use is, what is it called? Lens Rentals. That's the place I use. I love them, man. Their customer service is great. It's super easy. They send it to you and they give you the label to send it back. They send it in like this rugged type box. And I love it. I would say that brings me to a point. I would say if you are new, do not make the mistake of buying a bunch of gear. That is the worst mistake you can make. Number one, because you're new and you probably don't even know what you really want to do, like what you're going to be shooting. So you know what you're going to do? You're going to buy the wrong gear, which is what I did. You could ask my wife. I don't know if she's watching, but I was buying all types of stuff that I did not need. And it's like, I ain't even have the money like that. I even bought some stuff on my credit card, which was stupid. So I would say, man, if you just starting out, you don't have money like that and stuff, just rent. Get you one solid or maybe two if you can afford a solid lens. Like buy that lens, but don't just keep buying a bunch of stuff because you don't need all that stuff. You just need a good lens and a backup lens. But if you can't afford the backup, just get you one solid lens. So that's my spiel on that. Mike McGee TV said, "LOL, I just found that out like 2 months ago." Dion Clark, what's up, bro? Thanks for coming through on the chat. He said, appreciate your content. What's a great online company to rent lenses from? So lens rentals. I'm gonna put that in the chat for y'all. Lens rental.com to rent lenses. Oh, got some stuff popping up. I don't know what this is. Give me 1 second, y'all. I got this stuff popping up. Live stream problems. There we go. So I put that in the chat for y'all, for those of y'all looking to rent lenses. I love that place. I love that place. I wouldn't steer you wrong, trust me. DJ, is it Kevy? Y'all know I'll be messing stuff up. He said, love your content, learning a lot as a beginner. Keep up the good work. Appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. I'm glad you're getting value from the content. If you want to see anything specific, hey, let me know in the comment section of my videos or send me a message on Instagram. I'm not on Instagram too much, but I will get back to, I try to get back to people if I can. I'm pretty busy, but yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying the content. Mike McGee said, I agree. How often are you going to do lives? I'm trying to do them a lot more this year. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I think in the past like couple months, I've definitely done a lot more. I need to schedule them and plan them better for sure. Like this was a pop-up live because I know I needed a video, and I'm like, I may as well go live because I wanted to do more of like interactive type content. So this is something that it's going to be a staple in my content. Along with the regular videos too. I know some people, they're like, I'm not watching the lives. I just want regular videos because they say the lives are too long. So we're going to mix it up. Kimbo said, you still buy crazy stuff. LOL, just kidding. This is my wife, by the way. She said, but yes, do as much research and then purchase only things as needed. My wife is correct. Kimbo, you remember we bought that, what was that thing called? The Zion crane. You remember that crane, that balancer thing? The gimbal. Gimbal. Well, we did use it, but we didn't really see, because when we started, we kind of put it out there that we would be doing a video too. So that's why we got it. But once again, it's like, did we really need it? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. Only buy something if you need it, or unless you just got it like that and you like rich or whatever. DJ said, yeah, I got it right. Okay, good. J-Mo said, I usually tell my mentees, spend your money on education. I'm not even going to read the rest. I got to clap that up. J-Mo, hey, you bringing some fire in the chat, man. J-Mo is a dragon. Bringing that fire. He said, then go and buy the right gear you need. I can't even begin how much money I spend on the wrong gear. I'm telling you, man. I'm trying to think back. I didn't have, and Kim will know, I didn't sold a lot of stuff. It's because I didn't need it, you know. And she kind of get on me. She'd be like, "Why are you gonna get it? All you do is sell stuff." You know, it's like, I don't know. Yeah. Only buy it if you need it, unless you got it like that. Money spent is better on education for sure, because that's what's going to actually propel you forward. Excuse me, and help you within your business and make more money. So it's like you're investing money into the business to make more money in the future, right? That's what education can do for you. That's what kind of took us to each next step. It was investing in education and learning from that, and then applying it to make more money. So that's why I would tell you to spend your money, because that's going to help you if you're trying to make money or trying to improve your skills. Those things are going to help you. Getting a new camera, a lens, that's not going to help you. You could do that with whatever you got right now, for sure. Maurice said, what is your approach to booking a potential client for a shoot? Had someone inquire, but after I gave my price, they sort of backtracked to a special I ran back last month. How would you reconvert? Oh, great question, Maurice. I appreciate the question. Pretty sure people want to know about this. What is your approach to booking a potential client? So kind of like I touched on earlier, we have a specific process that we go through. Now, everybody's process is different, right? I'm not going to come on here and tell you like, hey, you need to do, and you should only do exactly what I do. No, you need to tweak stuff that matches your business and how you like to do stuff and what works for you. So, you know, it starts with the initial point of contact, them reaching out, right? Then after that, we respond. The quicker, the better, because you have to keep in mind, these people are reaching out in a lot of cases to multiple photographers. So the quicker you can get back to them, that alone right there can win you the booking, because wow, you responded within 30 minutes, right? When this other photographer, it's going to take him 2 or 3 days, right? So that's one way to get you up in the game. Respond quick. Right? People have told us, hey, we booked because you got right back to us, right? After that, like I kind of touched on earlier, we like to get into the consultation. So we're kind of pushing towards that consultation, letting them know why we want to do it is usually to get to know them better and their needs better. And then once we get them on the phone, we have a specific way we go about that. My wife could kind of touch on it more because she does a lot of that stuff now. And then trying to lead them to actually booking through, you know, getting their retainer, getting them to sign a contract. Hopefully that helps a little bit. You said after you gave price, they sort of backtrack to a special. Honestly, some people, they're only concerned about price. That's just how it is. You're gonna get some price shoppers. I feel like photographers who say, hey, you can weed out all those people. Nope. You're still gonna get price shoppers that find some way to get in there and reach out, right? And some clients, they don't care about your experience and value. They just care about the price and if they can afford it. And no hate to those clients. You know, that's just what they want. But you said her going back to a special you ran last month. I would like to know like how she kind of said that, because I would just tell her, honestly, I'm not running that special no more. And see, that's part of why like I don't do a lot of stuff like that, like specials and stuff like that, because now you open up the door of people to say, oh, this client got it at this point, or are you still doing this? Nope, I don't want to deal with none of that stuff. So I don't do none of that stuff. So that's my thoughts on that. Hopefully that helps, Maurice. My wife said, yeah, it was heavy. Yep. My wife used to shoot a lot of my fitness content because I used to do like coaching online and fitness stuff, like online training and stuff like that. Hey, Kimbo, you was cold with that gimbal though, in the movements. Eric Jackson said, I believe you can rent a Hasselblad medium format camera. Good to know. Good to know. Kevin said, any tips on creating seasonal edits? I've seen people with winter and spring presets. Do you do that as well? So I actually have a this on my list to talk about in the video, but I don't really do presets. I do I have a black and white preset, but as far as other stuff, I don't really do that. And a lot of my editing, I'll be honest with you, I outsource it. And I just try to keep my work like true to life type colors. That's just kind of, after a while of trying different stuff. In the beginning, I'd use presets and tried a lot of editing styles, but I'm like, hey, we just gonna keep stuff true to life. I think like other editing you see, I think that stuff is gonna die out. It's more like trendy type stuff, but trends usually come to an end. It's hot right now, but will it be hot 20 years from now? Those are things I thought about when it came to editing. And I'm like, I want our stuff to be true to life. I think that's going to last longer down years and stuff like that. I don't want clients to look back and be like, man, what the heck was this? That's my thoughts. But that could be something you do to where you do seasonal type edits and different edits. If that's something you prefer to do with your business. Bamboozle said, do you prefer studio or on-site portraits? As you can see on the channel, I do a mixture. Mainly do studio for fun, just because I like doing it and experimenting with lighting. I know I love lighting and stuff like that, but studio is a more controlled environment. It's like less variables you have to worry about. You really have to know your lighting though. I would say on-site portraits. I just like, backlit, sunny, that type of stuff. That's my thing. I like on-site for sure. DJ Kevy said, advice for indoor shooting natural light while using a kit lens f4. Advice for indoor shooting. Okay, so you have a kit lens at f4. I would say use a flash. Use a flash or use continuous lighting. So, for example, like studio, we're using lights. For weddings, if we have bad lighting indoors, we're gonna pop on a flash. So if you're kind of restricted with like aperture, kit lens, and you need more light, I would always say to use a flash or use some kind of continuous lighting. Don't sleep on continuous lighting either. Just having like a little LED or something like that can help with the exposure, things like that. Man, y'all been sending me some fire questions. I appreciate all the engagement on this live stream. I appreciate the people that left super chats, even just the people that didn't. I still appreciate you just for showing up. And yeah, I really appreciate it. I feel like I need to say that more. I just appreciate my audience. And also, if you've gotten any value from this stream, feel free to leave a like on this video. It does help in push this video out to more people. YouTube cares about that stuff, so it does help if you hit the like. Y'all have any more questions? I say I got about 15 more minutes. If I don't get any more questions, I'm gonna wrap this up. Just kind of wrap up what we talked about in the beginning. And if you're here, like I said, don't be a ninja watcher. Say what's up. Don't be in here just ninja watching and not saying nothing. Hey, you come on Adrian Lard's A-Train stream, you got to speak. Don't be scared. Tell him, Kimbo. Tell him, Kimbo, don't be scared. Heck, I was scared to I'm always scared to do streams. and I still do them. And that's the mindset you got to have. Even with your business, you have to do the things that make you feel uncomfortable. That's some of the best advice I can give you. I know a lot of people that follow me are new photographers. Do stuff that makes you feel uncomfortable. That thing that you keep thinking about, but that thing that you feel a lot of resistance towards, you're like, ugh, I don't know about that. That's usually what you need to do. That's what you need to do, right? You know, I was at a point to where I ignored those thoughts, those feelings, right? Because of, let me think, fear, right? I think that's why a lot of us ignore that stuff. You're just scared. Like, let's be real. A lot of us with this stuff, we're just scared to do stuff. We're scared to put ourselves out there. We're scared to get rejected by a client. We're scared that the shoot is gonna go wrong. We're just scared. But you know, you just got to be willing to take risks. Those are the people that really take off. You know, it's in a lot of cases, it's not that they're doing something special that you can't do. It's just they're willing to go the extra mile. They're willing to do the things that you are scared to do. They're willing to put themselves out there. They're willing to put in the work late at night. While the other people, their competitors, are not willing to do that stuff. Kevin Marcus said, how can you go about learning poses and what are your favorite strobes and modifiers? Excuse me. So those are great questions. Posing is one that you're always going to be, you know, trying to improve that. I'm not the best poser. I would say that was one of the biggest hurdles for me to get over. It was just like learning like the basics of posing. You know, that was one of the main things I struggle with as a new photographer. That was the main thing that gave me anxiety, right? Even to this day, it's one of the main things going into a shoot that I'm thinking about, which is crazy because I already know my process and I do things that make posing easier, but it's just always stuck up here. How you gonna pose them, Adrian? How you gonna pose them? But I used to try to remember, quick tip, I used to try to remember poses, but I found that didn't work for me. What I like to do is, one, get to the place and get a feel for the subject, the client, right? Because every client's different. See, that's something I've learned. Like, you can't really pose everybody the same, right? So kind of feeling how they are and their energy. And then I kind of adjust my posing style to that because they may be more conservative. So I'm not going to be doing like crazy poses. You know what I'm saying? So really kind of going off how they are and their energy. And right. And then I like to call it I talked about this in a short, photography posing simplified. It's on the channel. I have base poses, right? And, you know, it's just simple stuff. You know, bring the chin down, blah, blah, blah. Move your hand here, put hands on the hips, turn around, look to the side, different stuff like that. So what I do is I like to adjust small things, and that's helped me simplify my posing, right? Instead of like trying to move them around and do too much, I just make small adjustments. You know, I also move around too, which is going to give me different perspectives and more variety. So that's how I simplify it. Hopefully that helped, Kevin. J-Mo said, no problem, love the content. Appreciate you, J-Mos. I like that that headshot, by the way. That's dope. Eric Jackson said, not sure if you talk about it, but do you ever rent out a studio for a shoot? No, I do not rent out a studio. I shoot from my home, shoot in the living room, shoot in the garage. Would I like my own studio? Or yeah, that's actually something I've kind of thought about. I talked to another subscriber about this. We don't have a lot of places to rent from around here. Like, I would have to go to like Houston because they have a lot of that stuff in Houston. But yeah, you don't have to have your own studio. I know a lot of people who run successful businesses and they just rent. So like I said, you can shoot from your house. It's all about just working with what you got. Maurice said, well, it was free 22 to jumpstart my 2022 portfolio. It was 22 free shoots, which definitely gave me what I need plus more, but I reached my goal and that special expired. Thanks for advice. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up, Maurice. I'm all for free shoots, man. Like you said it gave me what I needed plus more. And it expired. See, that's the thing, man. Don't be scared of free shoots. And some people say, like, if you're like, it's like they be trying to say, if you're experienced, you shouldn't do them. Why not? You may need to do a free shoot to test out some new gear or to build up a specific type of portfolio. Maybe you're trying to get into a new genre of photography. How you think you're gonna get into that genre? You ain't got no types of shoots like that. So what you think you need to do? You need to go out there and reach out to people and shoot for free and build your portfolio. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If somebody got a problem, not a problem, but if somebody disagree, hey, just disagree, because I feel like, we try to jump this gun of like, we try to get straight to the money, right? Hey, I'm worth this much. They should be paying me. No. Why should they be paying you? How's somebody going to pay you if they don't even really know if you can do the service correctly and get them what they want? Because they don't see you have no work in it. That don't even make sense, right? It's like, you really got to think about some of this stuff. It don't even make sense. It's like, oh, I want to do headshots, but you ain't got no headshots to show. So how you going to book them? I mean, yeah, you may have some people that take a chance on you, but like, if you really want to jumpstart that and start getting more of that, you need to show it, which means you need to go out here and hustle and maybe do some stuff to build up your portfolio. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Jay Mitch, what's up, bro? What's up? Thanks for coming through. He said, what's up, bro? I hope all is well with you and the fam. I'm thinking about investing into the Westcott lighting system. I'm doing my research. What are your thoughts, if any? First off, Jay Mitch, appreciate you for coming through. I never use Westcott. I've just kind of seen like other photographers talk about it, and they say nothing but good things. I personally like the Godox system, but I've seen some photographers that don't like it, and they be saying they have issues and stuff. I've never really had issues with Godox except for like battery. I had one battery issue, but that was my fault. So I've never used Westcott, but as far as what I've seen other photographers talk about, it's a good system, for sure. But you can't go wrong with Godox either if you're thinking about Godox too. Tyler, what's up? Thanks for coming through. He said, Adrian, do you believe in Jesus is God? Yes, I do believe in Jesus. I do. Whoa, we got a super chat. Bamboozled $5. He said, you helped me take my off-camera flash to a different level. Thanks. Man, that is so great to hear. That's amazing to hear. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the super chat. And just knowing that I helped you with your off-camera flash is that's the type of stuff that keeps me going. So thanks for sharing that. I appreciate that. J-Mo said, man, I grew up in the encyclopedia era. I don't know why I said that. Where trying to find info was a struggle. Now a day's info is everywhere. That's true. The only thing holding you back is how much you want to improve YouTube University. Hey, YouTube University. A lot of the stuff that I learned in the beginning, I went on YouTube. It's like, oh, okay, I want to learn off-camera flash. I've seen a lot of like Manny Ortiz. Who else I've seen? Like, I'm trying to think when I first started. I think Photo Me Ike. I think he was using flash. Like, I learned from them. Like J-Mo said, man, it's information everywhere. There really is no excuse to, not really know stuff. You can find the information, but like you said, are you willing to put in the work to get this information? Right? Are you willing to do the research late at night? Are you willing to go to the YouTube rabbit hole and scroll until you find the right video to help you with what you need? Are you going to watch the whole video? Right? Don't get me started. Don't get me started. It's like these people want to learn, they want to grow, but it's like you watching the video and you like it, but you won't even watch the whole thing. And you learning from it. So at that point, it's like, are you really trying to succeed? How bad do you want it? You know what I'm saying? It's easy to say, I want it bad. I want to be the best photographer. I want to get a bunch of clients, but what are you doing to get to this goal? Anybody can talk a big game, but are you actually putting in the work? You know, I'll be honest with you. I've been at points like that where it's like, hey man, I gotta be for real with myself. My wife will tell you too. I didn't call her out. Kimbo, no. Are you really putting in the work? You saying you can't, the consultations ain't working? Are you putting in the work? Are you revisiting that process and what you talking about? How bad do you want it? Man, I will go on and on about this stuff because it's like everybody want to be successful, but are you willing to work for it? Because it ain't gonna just land on you. It ain't gonna just come to your front door. And that's where a lot of people, like, they get stuck because they just waiting for something to happen. You just waiting for the clients to roll in. You just waiting to get your first client. No, how about you go out there and be proactive and do the things to help you get that first client, to help you get the ball rolling on your business? How about you get, if you're lazy, not saying y'all are lazy, get your lazy butt up and go build that portfolio, which is going to obviously help you book more clients. Instead of just sitting around complaining, ain't nobody booking, ain't nobody doing this. And this goes back to what I talked about in the beginning. 3 common problems most photography businesses have. Are you visible? Are you doing things that get you inquiries, people that reach out? Have you improved your sales? Like, those are the 3 main things. That's why I made the video. If you ain't doing these things, how you gonna get booked? How you gonna grow? I'm just saying. I'm not here to sugarcoat. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I tell myself this. I want to be this and that. I want to do this and that. Well, hey, I gotta work for it. I better be willing to do those things, or I know it's not gonna happen. The last said, oh, wait, are you from Texas? I'm from Houston. Yes, I'm from College Station, Texas. That's what's up, man. I need to do like a meetup or something in Houston, because I've seen some other people say they're from Houston. Just to meet up with some of my people that watch the channel and stuff, and just do like a, I don't know, a fun shoot or something. Yeah, I said I'm looking into buying my first flash, especially looking at Godox 8200 Pro, and wondering what size softbox would be a good starting point. I mainly take family pictures. Great question. This is my specialty, man. Families, right? So families can be big. So I would go bigger softbox. I would go 42-inch or something like that. That's what I use personally. And I've used that softbox by itself. Just one, it's a 42-inch glow, I think. I have a link in the description, affiliate link. Excuse me. And it's always sold out because my audience and stuff, y'all be buying it because I can see all that stuff, which I appreciate. I appreciate y'all to use my links. But it'd be sold out a lot. But I've shot like a big group of, man, it had to be what, like 20 plus people with just that one softbox in an 8400. So you can do a lot with the big softbox. And personally, I just like to go bigger because it's more flexible. You know what I'm saying? Like for that big family shoot, you know, if I had a smaller softbox, it would be some drop off on the end. It's not the coverage, you know, it wouldn't be big enough versus if I had, you know, 40 plus inches, right? J-Mo said, thanks, self-portrait setup before the client, before actual client arrive. Yeah, I love that, man. That's motivation for me to give me a better headshot. Man, I struggle with self-portraits, man. Like, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong with the focusing and stuff, but I don't know. It's like I be wanting to do them, but I try to do them and I get like frustrated and stuff. J Mitch Vision said, thanks. Thank you for the input, bro. No problem, bro. T Mid said, facts. Hey, you already know, bro. You've been in the game for a while. And man, shout out T Mid, man. Y'all go subscribe to his channel, man. Bro, hey man, salute to you for all the work you put in, man. I see you, bro. all the lives. I don't comment all the time, but I'll be watching stuff. I see what you're doing, bro. I respect the grind. Y'all go subscribe to him, man. If you want to learn more about like shooting, shooting clients, studio work, just engaging type content, definitely check out T Mid. And he's putting in the work. See, that's what I'm saying, man. He's putting in the work, right? He wants to grow his channel and he's putting in the work. And I think, bro, you got another job too, right? So, hey, he's doing what he needs to do. So I'm pretty sure he's going to reach his goals because he's putting in the work. He's not making excuses. Jay, what's up? Thanks for coming through. He says, shoot the things you want to get paid for. Can we clap it up for that? That's true, man. It kind of blows my mind where it's like, if I not see, but if somebody's like, hey, I want to do this type of work, but they don't have none of that type of work. So it's like, how you going to get that type of work when you don't show it? You don't have none of that type of work. And see, that's that hoping and wishing stuff. Ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work. Go out there and build that portfolio. Go out there and do some free shoots. Message people on Instagram that look like people that would be good in your portfolio. Yeah, do that type of stuff. Jay Mitch said, bro, that's real talk for sure. Are you putting in the work? That really cuts deep with folks, bro. Accountability. I need to hear that myself from time to time. Keep it raw. For sure, bro. Yeah, like I said, man, I'm not opposed to this. When I say that, I'm talking to myself too. I want a lot of things in life, but it's like, you know, I have to reassess what I'm doing. Like, am I taking the right steps to get there? Am I actually working hard at this thing, or am I just doing enough to get by? You know what I'm saying? Like, in the main thing, like, do I really even want this thing? Because that's the first thing. Like, if you don't truly even want something, you're not gonna put in the work. You have to truly want something to work at it, right? You see great basketball players. I'm pretty sure they fell in love with the sport, right? And they truly love the sport. That's when you see like great players. You could tell like it's the people that love the sport. They weren't half in. They loved what they did. That's what kept them moving forward and trying to get better and continuously practicing and being consistent with this thing every single day, but for the love of the game, the love of the thought of just, I want to be the best, right? So that's something that we all need to reevaluate. And sometimes, you know, it is what it is. You may not love this specific thing. You know, I've had thoughts when it comes to certain stuff like, man, do I actually like really want this? You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's nothing wrong with having that thought. Like, do I truly want to be a great photographer? I've had thoughts like that. Like, I need to have that fire behind me to get that goal. Like, if I'm not all in with that thought, I'm not going to work towards it. You know? Even like YouTube, I have to be real and honest with myself when it comes to YouTube. Like, I can't be expecting 100,000 subscribers if I'm not willing to put in 100,000 subscribers worth of work. I can't be posting one video a month and expecting that 1,000 people subscribe to my channel each month. That ain't happening. That's crazy. It's like, no, that's crazy. That's just crazy thinking, man. But the crazy part is people think like that and they just expect stuff to be handed to them and not have to do nothing for it, not have to struggle, not have to grind, not have to get rejected 1,000 times, you know? Jermaine said, do you review websites? In the middle of getting mine together now, plan to have it up by the end of the month. Yeah, it was actually a service I used to offer. I cut that out. I was offering website reviews, coaching, and I took that stuff away because once again, it kind of ties into what I'm talking about. Like really trying to figure out like, what's my direction? How I'm going to get there? And do I truly want to do these things? You know what I'm saying? Like I always revisit like where I'm at with stuff because I have to be real with myself. myself. Like, do I still want to be a photographer? Am I still willing to put in that work? Because it ain't gonna come to me. So I kind of scratched all that stuff, kind of revisited stuff. I got some stuff cooking though. I got the Flash course coming. I got the membership. That's something I've been battling with for a while. It's like, do I want to make a membership? And I think I do, because I love this type of stuff, right? And it's a lot of people that want more access to me. And I want a tight knit group of people that are just helping each other and trying to grow. And I can do that within a membership, right? Plus it's helping me reach my goal of, potentially doing all this stuff full time. So, because I'm not going to get there with just like YouTube AdSense, to be real. So, but the main thing is is this stuff of value, right? And not even just what I want to do, like, is this what the people want from me? So that's where it really comes down to like figuring out all this stuff. Is like, it has to be valuable, right? Do y'all even want that type of stuff? It's not what I want to do, really. It's what are y'all gonna gravitate towards, and what do y'all need from me? So I went off to a whole spiel. But yeah, hey, we vibing right now. If any of y'all have websites right now, you want me to review them, check them out. I give you some constructive criticism, some tips that can help you. We book clients from our website. It's something that has been redone a lot to get it right. Still can use some work. So I could give y'all do some reviews to end this if anybody has a site they want reviewed. T-Man said, yeah, I work for NASA as an engineer. Oh, bro, that's dope. That's freaking cool as heck, man. That's crazy, man, that you're able to put out the amount of content you do with working a full-time job, bro. I swear, it's like, I've said to myself, like, how in the heck is he doing this? Because I can barely do one video a week. And how many you do a week, T-Man? I think you do what, 3? Something like that. I can't even keep up with all the content, bro. Darren, what's up, bro? Thanks for coming through on a live. He said, I love photography. It's the editing that slows me down. I can do basic Lightroom and Photoshop editing. Maybe I should outsource editing so I can focus on the photography end. By the way, I'm a sub. Well, first off, just want to say thank you for the support and subscribing. I appreciate that. Hopefully you're getting a lot of value from the channel. And yeah, that's why I started outsourcing, Darren. I reached a point to where I was too consumed with editing and like found that I was spending too much time on it. Like I know how I am. If I get into editing, I'm doing all this skin retouching and stuff. And see, for what I do, I don't really need to do stuff like that. So you see like photographers that shoot a lot of models and stuff. I don't do that a lot. You don't really see a lot of that. Like T-Mid, he shoots a lot of models and things like that. And nothing wrong with that. But that's not what I do. We do like weddings, engagements, families, different events and stuff like that. So a lot of that stuff doesn't require that type of editing, if that makes sense. But I do think a lot of photographers get consumed with editing, trying to be perfect. And it's like, before you know it, man, you spending, I don't know, 20 plus hours a week on editing. And it's like you said, like, how can I grow this business and get better when I'm just focusing on editing? It's not happening. It's not happening. Like, you just took away from all your marketing because you're just editing. Editing is that's not gonna get you more clients. That's not a task that, hey, I'm gonna focus on this. This is gonna help me get more clients. Editing ain't it. You know what I'm saying? So I would outsource it, man. If you may be thinking like, oh, I can't afford it. Like, okay, work the outsourcing charge into your pricing. Now you can outsource. That's what we do. I used to edit our weddings. It's like, man, I told my wife, like, man, no, this ain't it. This ain't it. And it's okay to be like, hey, I don't enjoy editing like that no more. I used to, but I don't enjoy it no more. So hey, I need to find a way if I want to continue doing this to outsource this stuff so I can keep the motivation going with this whole thing, because that is kind of draining me. You see what I'm saying? Like things that drain you and they give you this bad feeling, those are the things that you need to outsource if you can, because that's going to kill your motivation to where you're like, I don't even want to I don't want to do this stuff no more. And a lot of that back end stuff is stuff that makes people feel like that. I could give you another thing like taxes and stuff like that. I was just talking to my wife about it. Like that stuff makes my head hurt. It gives me anxiety. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, give that to a professional and do what I'm good at. You see what I'm saying? T-Man said it's a struggle. Bro, the struggle is real. That's why T-Man, I don't schedule my live streams so ahead of time, because I don't know when I can do it really. And then I'll be having stuff I gotta do. So I kind of just do like pop-up lives. I know if I scheduled them earlier and maybe sent them to my email list and stuff like that, more people would show up and be prepared. But it just don't be happening like that. It's like whenever I can kind of get to it. So yeah, man, if y'all are viewers and you follow a lot of creators, man, that you truly like, you learn from them, you see the value in what they do and talk about, man, support those creators, man, if you can. Not saying you have to do it with your wallet or nothing, but just things go a long way. Like just saying I appreciate your content, dropping a like, sharing a video, just those things, man, they go a long way to a creator. They mean a lot, because it's rough out here, man. It's I don't really want to just keep talking about what I do, but it's not easy. So just for people who don't know about what creators go through and how hard it is to put out content consistently, I'm just putting that out there so y'all know that, and show love to these creators, because you get people who come in on videos and they talk crazy to you. It's like, dude, I don't know, man. It's I've had comments before that get to me. I'm not gonna lie. So it just kind of I don't know. Even if you say like, hey, I'm not gonna let this get to me, it can still get to you. I mean, I'm human. We're all human, right? But it's just like, I don't know. I think people don't think about how much their words and actions and stuff like that can affect people. So I just try to be kind to everybody. That's my thing. Darren said exactly, perfection is the enemy of completion. That is true, man. I live by that too. Like even with me putting out this content, I can get stuck sometimes, and it's like I gotta shake out of that, man, because it's like I'm sitting over here being stuck, which I have people who signed up for my content, so I'm letting those people down, right? They signed up, they seen something they liked and valued, and I'm sitting over here stuck in my own way, pouting and thinking crazy stuff when I need to be serving my audience. I don't know, even with like photography, man, just trying to be perfect with everything, like that stuff's gonna set you back, man. You can't be perfect. Perfect is it's non-existent. It's no such thing as being perfect. Shoots aren't going to be perfect. People think and get stuck on stuff like trying to get it perfect, like, oh, my social media needs to be curated this way, have my website perfect, stuff like that. That stuff ain't doing nothing but holding you back. Just put it out there. Just put it out there, man. Victor Barrios, what's up, bro? Thanks for coming through. He said, any advice on building content and portfolio while working full-time job? I usually do about 12 hours a day as a chef at night, so looking for a way. First off, that's dope that you are a chef. That is what's up. You said any advice on building content and portfolio while working full-time? So for me, and everybody else, feel free to chime in and help the community with your thoughts on this, because I know a lot of y'all have full-time jobs, do this on the side. I do a lot of stuff when I'm off. So, well, before even we get into that, it really comes down to how bad do you want it, right? Because it's gonna be a period of being uncomfortable, right? We went through that period, my wife and I, like when we were just starting up. It was a period of more work to build it up because it was starting from scratch, right? So that meant more free shoots. That meant more shoots to build our skills and to get more comfortable doing this thing. That meant pushing harder for marketing because we're new with this thing. It was more work up front. Not saying it's not work now, but we had to really push to get our name out there, to get that thing going, right? So there is a period of that. And then it comes when you build it, you have to maintain it. So it's always work. It comes down to, is this something you truly want, right? And I think I think it really helps when you schedule specific things that you're going to do. Hey, on this day when I'm off from work, or maybe when I get off of work, I'm going to spend an hour researching companies or something that I want to reach out to for maybe free work or pitching some services, right? Those little things add up, right? You don't have to do a lot, just do what you can, right? That's another mindset shift that helped me. It's like, I can only do so much, and being aware of that and realizing that, like, I still work. I have a family. I have a life. Like, I can only do so much, and just kind of working and maximizing the time that I do have. That's really what it's going to come down to too, is maximizing that little free time that you do have. It may cut into some other things too, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be willing to sacrifice that. Maybe that's not what some of y'all want to hear, but it ain't gonna grow itself. So are you willing to cut into this free time you have, where you just want to sit around and do nothing? Because you gonna have to do that. There is no way around that stuff. And that's something that kills me too, is the people that, not the people, but that mindset of like skipping all of that struggle and that grind and just expecting it just to come to you. It don't work like that. You're gonna have to cut into your time. You're gonna have to do stuff on days where you may not feel like doing it, but hey, this is what you want, right? So I appreciate the question though. Thanks for sending that question. Victor said the grind is the grind at the end of the day. It is, man. It's like, I don't know, man. You if you want something, you got to work for it. Simply put, I mean, maybe that ain't the answer, the sexy answer, like, of just like, hey, you need to work a little bit harder. Hey, you need to put in the work, but it's the truth. It's the truth though, right? You have some people that, maybe you see being a little bit more successful to you. And, some people have thoughts of maybe getting a little jealous or something like that. But it's like, maybe you could take something away from what they're doing. Maybe they just working a little bit harder than you, man. Be accepting of that person is working harder than you. And you need to get up on it, instead of being jealous and being like, oh, they getting all this work and this and that. Well, hey, I'm pretty sure they putting in the work. You should be mad at yourself because you want that, but you're not willing to work like them. How does that work? So Victor said, thank you. No problem, bro. I come on here to, educate, but just be a little bit of motivation to people, man. Give you a little kick in your butt that you need to get that website up, to get that pitch going for that client, to reach out to that client or that model, whatever, to build that portfolio, to start your business. I just want to be help motivate this industry, man. Help people in this industry. J Mos, he said, I work as a medical tech doing 50 to 60 hours a week. Literally right after I clock out, my mind switches to photography mode. Finding the time when possible is going to maximize your time. That's true, man. Yeah, I used to work in the medical field, J-Most. I was a medic in the military. So I did that for about 5 years. Yeah, medical field is it's a lot of work, man. Long shifts. I remember working like 14-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts. It's not easy, man. You know, I don't want anybody to think I'm saying any of this stuff is easy, because I'm gonna be the one to tell you that it's not. You know, if you thinking you're gonna start a business, it's gonna grow in a year to like where you making 5 figures or whatever, that ain't happening. You know, of course you have like the outliers, like people that get, some people get lucky, and then you have people that come in and they have like just great skills and they just grow at a faster pace. Same with YouTube, but it's not very common. You know, you still gonna have to put in that work. Like, this stuff ain't easy, man. It's not easy, and you have to truly want it, and have some kind of driving motivation behind this stuff. Like, what are you doing it for? Like, well, why do y'all do this? Leave it in the chat. Like, why do you have a photography business? Like, why do you want to start one? What's the main driving motivation behind that thing? Is it to have more time to spend with your family? Is it to just provide people with special memories? Like, what's your driving motivation behind that? Building this thing and continuing to work at it. What is it? What is it for y'all? You know, for me, it's doing something that I love to do and not having to work for somebody else. You know, I want to work doing something that I love to do and not just have to work just to pay bills, and, you know, not something that I truly want to do. Not saying it's a bad thing to work, you know. It's been times where I didn't like my job, you know, let's be real, you know, but it's about building something that I truly want to do. You know, provide for my family doing that thing. And in the meantime, just building a community and helping other photographers that are struggling, because it's a struggle. I still struggle. You know, it's important to have a place where you can go and have these conversations, right? Have somebody that you can reach out to and be like, man, I'm struggling, man. I'm thinking about giving up, man. Just point me in the right direction. Just give me a little bit of wisdom, man. Some words of motivation. You know, I'll do that. I'm that guy that'll do that. You know, man, we've been going for 2 hours strong, man. That's dedication right there, right? That kind of sums up kind of some of the stuff I was talking about, y'all. You know, I didn't really feel like doing this live stream, but I still showed up and I still did it, right? Same with your business. It may be times where you get off work, you don't feel like working on the website, you don't feel like scheduling a couple social media posts, but maybe that's what you need to do to get to where you want to be. You know, so hopefully, you know, with some of the stuff we talked about, it gives you some things to think about. That's what I try to leave these videos, you know, which y'all taking away is stuff to think about. You know, am I really working hard? Am I making these mistakes within my business? You know, to kind of sum up what we talked about. Am I visible? You know, am I doing things that help me be a more visible photographer that's out there, that people know about, where people can find me through my website, through my Google My Business, through social media, through networking, through connecting with other people within my niche. Those are things that can help you be more visible, which can lead to my next point. Get more inquiries, people reaching out, right? Putting in the work up front with that thing, building up that portfolio. If you don't have the work, you're going to struggle to book that specific thing, period. Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around it, right? And then to bring that full circle, your sales process, right? Because you could be getting all the clients, but can you convert them? You know, that's probably one of the hardest parts, converting them. It's like, okay, you can get them to come in, but can you get the booking? Can you get them to sign the contract, pay the retainer, pay the whole shoot, right? That's a whole nother game right there that you should be learning about, reading about, investing in education about that thing if that's something that you're struggling with. So hopefully y'all got a lot of value from this stream. I'm gonna go ahead and end it. We've been going for 2 hours strong. Thank you all for stopping by, all the super chats, all the messages. I appreciate my community so much, man. So much. I love all y'all. It's a new year, y'all. What you gonna do? What you gonna do, right? If you want certain things, you got to work for them. Bamboozle said he had one more. Have you tried the Canon R5, R6? No, you're a Sony guy. I've never tried the only Canon I've tried is the Canon M50, which was something I used to have, and I sold it. I sold that and got the A6400, which I mainly use. That's what I'm live streaming on. I use that for YouTube, but I use it for our weddings too when I'm doing dual camera. 6400 is a great camera, man. I love it. It's a great little camera. So yeah, I'll use any kind of brand though. You know, it doesn't matter what the brand is. I think it's more about the photographer and what you can do with that specific camera. Darren said, my problem as I see it is I photograph everything sports, people's models. I need to focus on one genre. I just got the A7 IV. That's what's up, man. I definitely want that A7 IV. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was thinking about selling one of my A7 IIIs because I'm not just gonna purchase it. I would sell one of my cameras and then get it. But I just don't see the point in purchasing it. Like, I got a couple features that I like and stuff, but I can do work with what I got. So that's kind of how I look at it. But that's dope. You got it. Yeah. You know, I'm not going to say you can't be successful if you shoot multiple things, but do I think it's harder? Yeah. I think it's harder because now you marketing to different types of people, right? Now, like it comes, you know, let's think about your messaging, right? For your website. Like, how do you communicate these things now? Because if you can't really communicate the same thing, they're all different. They all you're speaking to these clients in a different way, you know? So that's the thing with like multiple genres. It's photographers who are successful doing that, but I think it's a little bit harder. That's my opinion. Darren said, I'm a Nikon guy. Go figure. Nikon, right? Yeah. One of my homies, he's a Nikon guy, I think. Yeah. All right, y'all. We're going to end this live. Thank y'all for coming through. Hope y'all have a good night, and I will see y'all again with a regular video. So y'all have a good night. Peace. Love y'all.